Good evening, everybody. It is race time again. How are y'all doing?
Well, I don't know about them, but I'm doing fantastic.
Yeah, I hope it's treating everybody well tonight. We are at Silverstone this evening. I'm sure all of you have been missing your racing this week. I know I have. I know our racers have.
Your penultimate lap and the Triumphs are going to feel much more at home.
This is true. This is absolutely true. Oh, I don't know if I'll ever be drunk enough to do that for an entire race. But I suspect I would offend everyone from the UK when I do it. And I'm okay with those
racers.
And I am okay with that. I am perfectly okay with offending them.
I made a couple very off-color jokes at work today, walking out to my buddy, and he was like, "I've never heard those before." I was like, "Yeah, there's nobody I can't offend. Just hang around me more.
Yeah,
you'll learn a whole lot more of them."
Give it time. I can find something. So, of course, Silverstone, definitely one of the older tracks in GP. That's just part of the UK, and everybody knows that part of being there is being insane, which is the entire reason that the Isle of Man exists. There is not a sane person on the British Isles.
It's true.
Especially among riders. I still say, and always will, Guy Martin is the GOAT. I'm just saying.
So, he is amazing, right?
I love Guy Martin. He's my favorite racer ever.
GOAT, because to be the GOAT, you have to do a lot of different things in a lot of different places. However, that dude is mental.
He is. It's first of all the fact that he's mental. Second of all, the fact that 90% of the population can't understand what he's saying, even if they're from where he's from. And third, it's a guy who holds down a very normal day job, and is a top-tier racer in the Isle of Man.
He's a lorry mechanic.
Yeah, a lorry mechanic. For those of you in the U.S., he works on diesel trucks. Like that. That's
not
it.
Not like I'm gonna go jump in my Ram and eat my way down the road. Yes, I'm calling myself out here. More of like, I'm gonna go tow 60,000 pounds down the highway.
Yeah, he's a diesel mechanic that is incredibly fast. So that's why I kind of call him the GOAT, because he's the everyman's racer. Like that is what is awesome about Guy Martin. He is the everyman's racer, and I love that to death. I was so pissed when I missed him at Coda. I wish I could have gotten my picture with Guy Martin. A
lot of people saw him.
I know, and I don't normally whore for they could say, "Oh, Rossi's here." I'd be like, "Okay, cool." But no, that's one of the few guys in racing that I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm disappointed I didn't get my picture with Guy Martin."
How are you with his accent?
I catch about half of what he says, but then again, it depends on how much time I've spent around my Welsh friend, because his accent is just as unintelligible. So
I consider myself pretty fortunate to where I get 98% of what he says.
Yeah,
dude, I get more of what Guy Martin says than a Frenchman or somebody from India, or especially Asia. I'm horrible with Asian accents, but I can understand Guy Martin. My brain's backwards.
I get India because I work in tech. And you don't get away from that there. And
no, you really don't.
And I get Chinese accents generally for the simple fact that I guess I've been around kung fu and that sort of stuff so much, and dated in that. Yeah, that's kind of I get that. I get all those. But yeah, for some reason, Guy Martin, man, that's actually kind of a hard one.
Nah, dude, I get,
they call it English, but...
Yeah, I'm putting air quotes around English. I showed my dad this video.
It's not English, and it's not Irish. It's Pikey.
Yeah, seriously. I showed him that video when he's just totally nerding out in the interview on pit lane at Coda.
Mm-hmm.
You know when he's going to that?
Yeah.
My dad turns to me and he goes, "I didn't get a word of that."
I didn't get any of it.
Again. And I translated as he was saying it. And he's like, "What? Why doesn't he just go ask the people the questions he's asking instead of the camera?"
It's like the scene in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, where they're doing the translations from English to English when one of the guys is telling the story. So he orders up a pint of the most ping-pong tiddly in the nuclear sub, You're looking at
I've
what?
not seen that movie.
Oh my god! All right, I'll make sure you get to see that one. Good movie.
Okay.
Yeah, if you've watched another Guy Ritchie flicks. You've seen Snatch, right?
No.
You uncultured swine.
I don't really watch TV or movies all that.
Oh,
much.
yeah, all right. You have to see Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels and Snatch. They are the height of British theater. They are absolutely wonderful. Both phenomenal movies.
Should I recommend them to people trying to learn Guy Martin's diction?
Yes-ish. Snatch in particular because of the pikeys.
The Pikeys.
The pikeys. Yeah, you'll understand it almost immediately.
Righto.
And they in that movie, Brad Pitt manages to affect a pikey accent well enough that it's actually hard to understand him. So that was one of the few movies where I suddenly between that and Fight Club was where I decided Brad Pitt wasn't just a pretty boy. He had acting chops.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
I got you. But between that and Fight Club, that was where I decided he had acting chops. He wasn't just a pretty boy so that girls could go.
Also, haven't seen that movie either.
See? Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-announcer is absolutely worthless, and I apologize.
I could have told you that without the movie.
Yeah, it's true. So right now, we are looking at Hines manages to put his way at the top of the board. Hi, Oba! How you doing, buddy?
Wait. Did you say Oba?
Oba.
Okay.
Yes.
You had me lean into the rankings thinking that he was racing tonight.
I wish he was. I
got so excited.
I know! I need Oba with a broken Xbox controller in here.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you, Oba. We needed that. Good seeing you there, bro. Oh, my Lord. Swear Oba's one of my favorite racers just because of that BS. Hey.
No, between that and his Coda moment in our first season, he has cemented himself as one of the greats.
Spearing Hines. I am looking forward to seeing more Oba racing. Hopefully it will happen soon. It would make me very happy to watch. So it looks like we're starting to get everybody putting times on the boards here in qualifying for Moto 3. Voss sitting at the top of the board. I'm sure Hines ready to throw something at him if only he were in throwing range. Baird looking pretty good there, actually. Only a couple seconds behind Voss. Oh, as we watch Baird lay it down there. I don't know if that was him going into the pits or what.
Whoops.
A bit of an oopsie.
I've seen worse.
Yep. Baird just behind Baird, making our lives hell on purpose.
Y'all.
They always do it to us. They always... thank you, Key. Key taking care of that problem for us.
Key, you are awarded one extra half point.
I'll give him extra points for creating that separation there.
It's no longer there.
Oh, and Oba...
We're back.
Oba immediately talking shit to Hines about how slow he is. I am certain that will motivate Hines to go faster.
Oba, I love you with all the homo right now. All of it.
So just Spanky Bichon is back. It's been a while since we've seen him, so good to see him here.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, and Mr. J here as always, doing his Moto 3 thing. Hope he's been practicing tonight. Rocha not showing the insane performance we saw from last week where he finally got up on the podium, but he wasn't that great during qualifying last week either, so we'll see what he has in store.
He's sobering up.
Is that what it is?
That was his commentary from last time that he killed it. He was like, yeah, racing sober kind of helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does.
Commentating sober helps too, but I don't usually subscribe to that method.
That's for wusses.
Although I think I am tonight. So.
Yeah, real men commentate drunk off their ass. That's how you solve that problem.
Let me get straight towards that then.
Yeah, let me work on that. Boom.
There's no liquor upstairs. I got an empty.
I need to keep something around. Yeah, I need to keep something around with just something that squeaks well that'll pop open.
The cork's dry on this one, so it didn't make a good
Oh,
squeak.
that's disappointing. Yeah, you need something that takes care of that.
I think I finished that bottle like 3 streams ago, and I just keep forgetting to go throw it away.
There you go. So things starting to shake out here. Hines maintaining second. Voss up there in first. Hines working on it. He's moving his personal times up, it looks like. Very likely. Baird not looking too bad either. He was excited earlier today. I don't know. Maybe he'll see himself a podium tonight. Always excited to see what might happen there.
Tis a great mystery.
It is. It's always fun to see what happens. Just under 4 minutes remaining in qualifying.
Hey, Heinz, did we share the streams tonight?
Hopefully we did.
I'm a big dummy. Do you know what I just did?
What did you do?
I muted and deafened the wrong Discord instance, trying not to say that on the stream. To talk to Heinz. So, effectively, what I just did was muted the person I was trying to talk to.
Yeah, that's always a good move.
That was...
It's your
Wow.
professionality is why we have you here.
I'm so proud of myself.
Good.
Let me try this once more and do it correct this
Oh,
time.
good. Thanks. So Hines moving down a little over half a second there, but still finding himself around a second behind Voss. We'll see if he can move that down there. Baird looking good, 2.2 seconds behind still. Spanky, I'm a little surprised by how far back he is, but I'm assuming he just put down a time and is not really pushing it too hard this early. Rocha is showing a personal best for 3 sections so far. There's a good chance we'll see him manage to move up the boards here after this one. Looks like he is indeed hustling pretty well there. Not managing to move up the boards really, but does knock a second off of his time. So just under 2 minutes remaining in qualifying. Again, whenever the time finishes, of course, people get to finish out whatever lap they're on.
So, we have a real quick update from Race Direction. We had an incident between Baird and Bear. Funny enough that those two had an incident being right next to each other.
That's what they get for messing with us.
Yeah, so we have a standing rule with the racers that they're supposed to announce when they're coming out of the pits. Wait 5 seconds for anybody to say, no, hold up, I'm right there, for if they're jumping onto the track.
Yeah.
He didn't. He kind of announced it, just did it as Bear went, nope, hold on, and crashed Bear. So we are going to move Baird back 1 spot from his final qualifying position.
All right, fair enough.
Just a small penalty.
Small penalty. It'll put him on second row, but with how close they are, yeah, that kind of makes a bit of a difference there.
Little bit.
Yep. And I'm sure neither of them are complaining about that one. Generally, that's one thing we found. These dudes have a good sense of sportsmanship about it. So I suspect there won't be too many complaints. Bichon finally starting to put down some times. He is the last one yet to put anything down. Headlock, having had a pretty good past couple of weeks, is about 9 seconds from the front. Hopefully he'll manage to speed that up some.
How much time do we have left in qualifying?
We have about 30 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Or no, excuse me, under 30 seconds remaining, sorry.
Looks like Bichon's not getting a lap.
He might. Oh yeah, he's disqualified.
He's
on that.
invalidated.
Yep, he did invalidate that lap in the second section somewhere, so he may not get it. Well, he hasn't been on for a couple of weeks though. It wouldn't surprise me if he's a bit rusty, which makes me sad because he's generally a pretty good competitor. But hopefully he can get it together. And Silverstone being one of the older tracks, man, the runoff on this always looks so treacherous. Like everything about this track. Oh, wow. Key there. I don't know who it was. Popped out in front of him.
Oh, see? That's another instance of that.
Yeah, that was a little rough. He was doing pretty good up to that point, too. Ooh. I do have to admit, I was talking with Voss. He swung by to try and test his issues he was having with Ride 4 last week. And because he was trying it on different TVs, I'm like, dude, I have a TV and 3 different brands of monitors here we can test on, plus a capture card. We can figure out if it's... And we did actually fine. He was having some weird latency with his machine. So he's going to have to get a new one. But anyway, yeah, he and I were talking about it, and... Man, the physics in this game, it's really disappointing that they haven't figured out that you need to let racers rub. You need to. They need to be able to touch in a corner when they've got those close turns like that. Not being able to really changes the dynamics of a race.
Well, what we've seen so far is Milestone goes, hey, here's a forum to talk about what we want to improve, this, that, the other, and then 2 things happen. One, which frustrates me more than anything else, some of the players go, I want open world. I want to play Barbie with my motorcycle racing game. And then the other one is Milestone just goes, But how about those clouds we implemented?
Yeah. Oh, so Voss going to be sitting on the front row along with Hines and Baird. But that'll be switched. Yep, we'll be moving Baird back. Which will put Bear on the front row. Bear.
Well, we've got some penalties being applied here. Don't forget.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's going to move Baird back to second row. As Tony tries to figure this out. Come on, Tony, you can do it. You'll need.
You should hear the 2 of them discussing the math in the background.
Yeah. You'll need like a 4
great.
to 4.5 second penalty. Should do it. That'll put him back behind Bear, thanks to the little incident there. So we'll have Voss, Hines, and Bear on the front row. Yep. There he goes. Okay. Then...
Man, so Craig can't make the race, but Craig can talk about the banana on the stream?
Of course he can. How you doing, Dickinson? Good to see you, bro.
I love how we're just leaving the struggle up. This is wonderful.
Yeah. So second row going to be Spanky, Baird, and Jay having a decent qualifying for Mr. J there. Hopefully he will take advantage.
Is that final? Okay, that is final.
Yep, that is final. Key, Rocha, and Hadlock going to be on the third row. Oh, and Hines making excuses to Oba. Nobody cares, Hines. Get good, noob. Yeah. Marcus popping in. He's, quote, at work.
A lot of people say that about me, too, when I'm actually at work. So, you know what? Craig, you're just good at your job and you do it faster than your coworkers. That's what I'm going to call it.
And Bichon on the fourth row this evening. Unfortunately, he did not put in any qualifying times. I know he's been out for a couple weeks, so I am sure he's a little rough. Hopefully he'll be all right during the race.
It's a Frenchman at a British track, so I don't know how we expected it to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that track record for French versus the British. It's a little iffy. So we will go ahead and wait the 2 minutes for everybody to finish up final settings and everything here.
Let me ask a dumb question at risk of totally embarrassing
There are no stupid questions, only stupid people. But go ahead.
Well, I'm a stupid person. So, is there a French motorcycle manufacturer? Like a big one.
Not that I can think of.
That's what I'm saying. At risk of totally making myself sound like an idiot.
No, it's one of those things, like, I've actually heard the joke before, like, hell is where you have English cooking, French engineering. It's like you go through the list of horrible things you would want, Germans doing the humor, that sort of thing. But it is...
No, I just looked it up, and there is definitely none.
Yeah, not that I know of. There is a French manufacturer of cars. There's Citroen.
Oh,
but
I'm
that's
an idiot, actually. Sherco.
Sherco? Really? Are they? Okay.
Yes, and, I rode a Sherco last year, so you think I would remember that.
See, I'm not as familiar. Sherco I know is mostly dirt bikes, right? Am I correct?
That's exactly what they are.
Yeah. I'm not as familiar with dirt bikes.
There was a demo day out at Hidden Falls, and I took out one of their 4-strokes and one of their 2-strokes, and they were good bikes, man.
Really?
I mean, the only reason I wouldn't touch one is because find me where I can buy parts in Austin for a Sherco.
Yeah, I know. Like, there's not even a dealer. It's the same reason one of the only places I would own an Aprilia is in Austin, because we have an Aprilia dealer.
AF1.
Yeah, we have the best Aprilia dealer in the nation in town. So yeah, it's like the only reason I would own one here. So yeah, that is a legit argument. But I didn't realize they were French. That is a new one for me.
Yeah, they are. A lot of people make fun of them for that. Now that I'm thinking about
Marcus
it.
mentioning that Peugeot made a motorcycle in 1899. Marcus, I suspect that's not very well supported now.
Well, they actually still make scooters.
Do they?
From my research here, yes. But that's not a motorcycle. So,
Craig, I think you're lying. It had 1 gear and 12 for reverse. I suspect that's a white flag reference, and we are off with the first race of the evening, and Hines, of all people, getting the whole shot right off the line.
I'm gonna ban him. Black flag that man.
Black flag him. Black flag him. Hines having a great start. And Spanky sitting in second. Voss sitting in third. Really?
Voss starting in third. It's going to be a good race.
It might be. This is potential for good things to happen here. Key sitting in fourth. Baird in fifth. Rocha back in sixth. Hopefully he can do more. Like I said, after last week, seeing him take his first podium, I'm like, come on, bro, you can do better than that. Give it more.
You just jumped
Spanky,
2 or 3 places.
Yep, Spanky just had an off. Wow, and back to almost last. Bichon just did not have a very good start. Very far back there. That is
crashing this early is brutal.
Yes, it is. You get thrown way back in the pack. But that being said, the amount of time you wind up back, by the time the group stretches out, it's not necessarily horrible. So it could actually work out fine for him. Voss managing to climb up to second, of course, as a result of that. So we've got a Voss and Hines fight up front, which I know probably leaves Hines going, oh my god, I hate Voss. But Voss actually likes fighting Hines, as far as I know. So jumping on board with Voss right now. And we will see what these two wind up doing. Looking like Hines has a pretty good setup here in the straights. Not really managing to climb ahead of Voss, so it's going to be decided in the turns by these two.
Hey, Marcus, I'm not going to say don't do it, but I'm also going to say do it.
If we have open spots, you're welcome to do it, bro.
Voss wants that spot. He wants that spot back.
Yep. Hines earlier this season, though, was talking about how frustrated he was that he hadn't gotten to race in forever. So I think even if he doesn't take first, I think he's excited to be out there racing.
He's lucky we even let him race. Race direction's just filled with a bunch of cheaters.
Nothing but dirty plebs.
Yep. Put me on the track. I'll show you how dirty I can actually race. You'll see me going backwards around the track.
Oh, lordy. That's the secret. That's how you do it better.
Oh, I felt so bad. We were playing a little Gran Turismo last night, and immediately, I can't remember who joined in with us, but he was going in for his first laps, and I was on a hot lap. I punted him straight off the track in like his first corner.
And
he jumped in.
Turn 8 to 9 here. Hines really looking for it, or Voss really looking for it.
Ooh.
Very close, just couldn't quite make it happen. Hines doing a great job of shutting the door. And not trying to kill your story there, but we're all about the race here, sir. You and I both know that.
You're good. Bring me back on track.
I know, right? You got to know what the job is here. Hines very wide through 13. But Voss unable to capitalize, not quite close enough, going through 14, and Voss manages to get it. Can he make it stick into 15? Looks like he can. Hines looking only slightly better on the drive out, though. He was probably conservative into that turn. Look at this great pass into 16. Hines, despite his complaints about not having raced in weeks, not looking too shabby here. Look at how close this is through 17.
Next, we're going to hear his controller's broken.
He has to learn how to OBA this situation correctly. Hines also showing the fastest lap on that one, obviously having earned getting back past Voss. Knowing Voss, though, he is having an absolute blast having Hines out there with him. Look at Hines shutting the door on that try to pass in 2. Oba getting entertainment out of that comment.
Yeah, you know, it would have sat so much better if Voss had made the pass stick. I mean, I had that typed out for at least a lap. Just waiting for it to happen.
Ooh, Voss with a very aggressive attempt to turn on the inside of 7. Again, Hines shutting the door. Good God, Hines doing a great job putting up roadblocks this evening. Everywhere Voss is looking for it, Hines is doing a great job of blocking. He's been out for a few weeks, but he still understands how to say to passes. The front actually being a great fight tonight in Moto 3. Rest of the pack pretty spread out. Look at these. These two are hauling so hard. You can see Key has been pushed back to 11 seconds back. Spanky trying to catch up to Key. Baird has found himself in 5th. Baird sitting next to Baird, making our lives hell here on the announcement stream in 5th. Or excuse me, 6th. Oh, Rocha having an off, and Jay doing a great job getting himself up to 7th. Rocha just not quite having the week that he had last week, now back at 9th. Hopefully he can catch that up. He's trying to catch Bichon. Bichon moving his way up. Oh, wow. Jay back as well. Rocha slipping up past Bichon. But look at the fight between these two. Voss trying to slip through there finally. Oh, he tries to make it stick and can't quite do it. Voss had it from a moment there in 3, and in 4 got pushed right back. So the chicane section, man, oh man, what a fight between these two. Over a month since I think we've had Hines on the track, and he is definitely giving Voss one hell of a fight. And I'm sure Voss absolutely loving it.
One of them is loving it, the other one is cussing. Guaranteed.
Voss really having to work for this one, and Hines just not making it easy. Clearly remembering this track quite well. I don't know if he'll be able to do it in any of the other classes, but for Moto 3, he is making it absolute hell. And Bear having an off, unfortunately. That is disappointing. That is really disappointing. And Hines swings it too wide. Voss manages to take first for the moment. We are getting close. There is not much left in this race. Look at Hines. Actually a slightly better setup for the straights, clearly. Voss getting pushed off the line a little bit there. Hines holding it a little bit better through 16 and 17. Manages to keep it coming out of 17. Again, these smaller bikes, all about the momentum. You can't count on getting back on the throttle, leaving a turn.
Oh, I love when my internet drops for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, you gotta love that.
How's the rest of the pack looking?
Everybody not churning too much. Key now 15 seconds back from the fight up front, which is mind-blowing. These two, despite really fighting each other, it's not one of these front-of-the-pack fights where they get slowed down by it. They're actually going faster fighting each other. And you can see here the game making them motion at each other for a little bit of contact there. Coming into 7, Voss with a very nice pass late on the brakes, but Hines, oh my God! What was that? You know what?
That's what I would call a textbook block pass.
It was. For some reason, the time off seems to have made Hines faster. And Oba commenting about the race director having McDonald's Wi-Fi. Tony, all down there in the bayou need to get the water out of the lines.
He's probably talking about my internet, and I'm not on Wi-Fi.
Yeah. That's a commentator. He ain't a director. He's useless.
Okay. No, actually, I've got to do the
Ooh, Voss with a very nice pass through 14, but Hines...
Would you just look at it?
Would you just look at that? Oh, these two. What a fight they're having up front here.
They're going to Fanati each other.
They really are. Meanwhile, Spanky just about to chase down Key, but this fight up front just so good, it's almost impossible for me to justify leaving it. The penultimate lap, and we are just about on to the final. See, I got that one in barely. And it is not over up front. It is not over up front. Not by any standard. The other change we have about to happen here, Spanky having chased down Key. If I see that one getting close enough, I will pop back to it. But this fight up here, my God, this is good enough to just keep an eye on. You know, Hines has got to feel good after being out this long and giving Voss a fight like this, even if he takes second. What a hell of a race.
He says he's been out, but realistically, this dude's been practicing.
I'm sitting there going, there is no way he hasn't touched this game. He is way too addicted to it.
A little bit of contact there again.
Little touch, but I'm going to call that one. That one is rubbing. That is proper race rubbing. Ooh, Spanky and Key definitely having it out there. You can see here. Oh, I haven't gotten the audio correct yet. I apologize for that. Give me just a moment, folks.
Touch. That was a good ass pack there. Who was that?
This is looking at Spanky and Key. And Spanky managing to finally get the pass there over Mr. Key. Unfortunately, I do not have Keys streamed tonight. So, jumping back up to the front. There we go. Looking at Voss coming into 17. We've only got 2 turns to go here. Look at this push in 17! Dear God, that is close! I mean, we may complain Milestone won't let Rubbin be racing, but look at this coming to the line, and oh my God, that is probably the closest finish we have seen this season. Holy wow! At the very last second, I think Voss managed to get there at the very absolute last second, maybe? We're going to have
That's not what that screen says.
Yeah, no, we're going to have to see once penalties are applied. Like, that one is so close. Yeah, it's going to come down to penalties. Oh, my God.
I don't know who's got what penalty.
Yeah, I don't know either. And there we are. Hines manages to take it. Oh, wait, but let's see once penalties are applied. We still haven't applied it. Hines manages to hold on to it after penalties. Wow, that was close. It was down to the finish line. What a fight between those two. Hines having a hell of a race. Voss obviously not letting off the entire way. Spanky taking third. Key having a hell of a good race. Getting pushed off about halfway through by Spanky. Baird not looking bad either during this race. Baird, as always, putting himself next to Baird to make our lives miserable. Bichon not in last. Not as slow as he was during qualifying. Rocha a little bit disappointed after last week, finding himself in ninth. And Jay back in 10th. I'm suspecting he didn't practice Silverstone very much because he's been a lot faster during the rest of the season. That being said, oh my God, what a race. I think half the reason I'm stumbling over my words is just because, oh my God, what a finish. What a finish. What a great race. Looking forward to the rest of what we're going to have this evening. How about you, Nick?
Oh, definitely. But you know what would be really helpful right now?
What's that?
If I didn't input the placings into the MotoGP.
That would be a lot better. Don't screw that up.
We got a little cut and paste going on here. Man, Voss is dominating the series currently. He's at 293 points. Nick J in second at 176. That's insane. Baird just behind with 163. Ooh. Hades 136. Baird 124. Sam Crow 122. Stormy 118. Rocha 99. Bichon at 90. And Golden Smacks at 76.
All right. Well, that is Voss doing great this evening, but damn, that was a hell of a race from Hines. That was fun to watch. We will be back in just about, 5 minutes here with the qualifying for Moto2. Stick around, folks. Thanks for watching Racers. What a hell of a race, and we'll see you shortly. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about to start our second qualifying of the evening. How is it going? How is it treating everybody? Now we had Oba commenting earlier.
Yeah, so Oba, you do it, son. We need you in this competition. Why is my dog barking?
Because you want to commentate a race.
He doesn't bark. Like, I mean, how many times have you seen my dog, and how many times have you ever heard him
Like
bark?
I said, because you want to commentate a race. That's the entire reason he needs to bark.
Dog! Oh, good boy.
Master needs to commentate a race, therefore I must bark.
Yes. He's contributing.
I love Creaker when I've met him. He's a good boy.
He's such a good dog. And he only barks when we're streaming.
Yeah. See? I told you. It's like getting on the phone with a little kid in the house. The moment you get on the phone, oh man. That's when they are
You just want the attention.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
Exactly. It's all about the attention. Like, I've watched how you baby that dog. I know exactly why this is happening.
Bastard.
So, hope everybody's doing well this evening. Actually, you know, part of what we need to start working on soon, Nick, I'll go ahead and note this while we wait for people to put down laptops. We need to start working on what the end of the season barbecue is going to look like. We didn't do it last season, so we need to do it this season.
Oh, absolutely. Sounds like it'll be your place or Heinz's place.
Yeah, and I was thinking maybe my place because of two things. Number one, I'm actually going to look at seeing if I can set up a way to have a webcam on my TV so that everybody that can't be here, like Dickinson and those other guys that are, you know, Dickinson, Stormy, a bunch of the guys that are overseas, we can at least let them see some of what's going on.
That shouldn't be hard to set up.
Yeah, there are some other tricks I can do that I've done with other groups I've been with before, where we can actually have it where people's mobile phones can put their video into the stream so they can be wandering around. So it'd be kind of cool to be able to be out near the pool, be talking to people, that sort of stuff. So maybe we'll do that. We will definitely try to do that, because the guys can't be here that have been tons of fun to have in races. I would love to at least let them be able to see and virtually participate in that.
Nah, man, if you ain't in Texas, screw you.
Yeah.
You're out.
If you ain't in Texas, we don't care.
Go home, you communist.
It's kind of funny. For all the talk that people make about Texas, one of my favorite YouTubers, Count Dankula, he commented that when he came to the U.S., he really had a lot of fun, but the friendliest place in the U.S. was coming to Texas. Specifically, he was here in Austin because he was here to meet with, of all people, Alex Jones.
Okay.
Which is a hilarious story in and of itself. But this guy is from Scotland, and he was like, no, Texas is like the most friendly place on the planet. He was like, I'd be in an Uber, and I'd be talking with the driver, and he'd be like, yeah, dude, you ever want to come out and drink with me? Just let me know. I'll give you my number. You come out, you totally, like, it was just, I'm like, no, I've lived around that so much of my life. Is that really not the way to the rest of the world works? Holy crap. That's weird to me.
No, it started the culture of, I have a gun, you have a gun, let's be nice to each other so we don't die.
Yeah, it's the old joke about an armed society is a polite society.
It is true.
So yeah, so those of you who have not been here, you hear Texas has all these guns. Number one, Nick and I are both gun owners. Number two, I'll tell you right now, I'm one of the first guys when we're out drinking to go, bruh, you seem cool. I'll buy you a drink. I'm one of those guys.
I do the same.
Yeah.
And
it's awesome.
I won't disclose the number of firearms to the interwebs, but
I mean,
more than 15, less than 20, just for me.
99% of them were lost in a lake anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about historical accrual.
The ones I used to have. Yeah, before they wound up. Yeah, in the bottom of Lake Austin.
Tragic boating accident. I am still deeply affected by it.
All of my guns disappeared in that.
That boat sank. It was
tragedy. That being said,
so
yeah,
who's
it's
going to throw down the 204 first? Well, it was Two Plane, and then Spanky, and then Medusa.
yeah.
So.
I mean, like right off the bat, those three, like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and set some times that are not screwing
they don't
around.
mess around.
They don't.
One thing you'll learn here, Oba, these boys have gotten fast.
Yep. And Two Plane is one of our newer guys, and there you see him sitting third on the board. He ain't screwing around. Matter of fact, let's give Oba a look at what. Give me just a moment. I'll get the sound through for you. Okay. Where is it? Folks, this one is a little tricky to do during the middle of a race. Okay, there we go. Now we're hearing it correctly.
I'm glad you figured that out.
It took me a moment.
I'm just assuming you figured it out because I can't hear what you're doing.
Yeah. So, Oba, this will give us a look at one of your new guys.
Just.
Jane is actually damn fast. As you saw, already sitting in third with our current arrangement of riders here in Moto 2. Yeah, you don't get to count Jane out. Spanky also in GP, one of our fastest guys. And of course, Voss, never slow.
Always slow. I don't know
Oh, Jane having a little bit of internet trouble there. Jane, a fast racer, but apparently his internet not necessarily the best on the planet. It's all right. I don't mind if you're faster than your internet, sir. You won't hear me complain.
I'm slower than my internet, and that's pretty slow. So
fair enough. Hines, Key, and Bear also working on it this round. Bichon back for second round as well. Good to see one of our Frenchmen out there. Oh no! Why did Rocha just vanish?
Uh-oh.
8 minutes remaining in qualifying, so
Let me hop over to race direction.
yeah, let's see what's going on there, please. I would not have a problem with a 10-minute qualifying at this point. Yep, that is what you get, Oba. You come over into the Xbox League. These boys ain't playing around. Yes. Voss does not screw around with his times. Like I said, he was over here trying to figure out a latency issue he was having with Ride 4. Like, he swung by my apartment just to take some time, hook his Xbox up, and see if he could figure out why he was getting latency. The dude is non-stop. He is genuinely fast and works at it. And a good dude to hang out with. I like him. Woo! And there's you at 202.6. Come on, Oba. You got that. All you got to do is break your controller and you can get there. Bear! Looking great. 0.9 seconds behind it. Spanky at 1.3 seconds. Though showing a PB for this one, so maybe he'll move up to second. Still waiting to hear back what Nick says about Rocha getting dumped out. 6.5 minutes remaining. We may, if they decide to bring him back in, we may go ahead and do a 5-minute qualifying with everybody. We'll see what happens there. Hines yet to put down a lap. Key sitting back in 6th, yet to put down a lap. Bichon hasn't put down a lap either. Hadlock and Baird the same. Oba wanting to see what kind of times he can put down. Because I think these Xbox boys making him jealous. Are we going to call them X-Boys? Is that what we do now?
X-Boys. I like it.
X-Boys. Spanky moving up into second. 0.7 behind Voss. That is the one thing I've noticed about Spanky. He needs a faster bike. On the slower bikes, he's not as good. But good God, you put him on Moto 2 or even worse, GP, and that man just gets scary fast. So what's the word on Rocha?
There was evidently So Rocha wasn't planning on racing Moto 2. Did it anyway. There was an incident with another racer who I'm not going to name yet because we still have to investigate it.
Uh-huh.
And then he rage quit.
Okay.
So that is pending.
All right. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna rage quit over it, I'm kind of like, all right, bro. If it's something that you feel is legit, stick in there. We'll work with you.
Well, he was borderline on not racing this anyway.
Okay.
But
that being said, come on, man.
Yeah.
Stick in there. You'll be fine. We love you anyway, Rocha. You know what? I think he's a little bit frustrated not having as good a week as he had in Moto 3 last week. Which I can kind of understand. Yeah, I can kind of get that. But at the same time, come on, man. Keep in there. You can do it.
Yeah, stay in there and let us herd cats, because that's
that's our job.
What we're doing.
That's our job. That is absolutely our job.
Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed by this one, but we will push forward.
Okay. All right. So we're not going to reset and do a different qualifying. Okay.
Correct.
All right. We will hang on with it then. Voss looking very good. Spanky not looking too bad behind him. Bear putting himself in third. Jane in fourth. Again, like I said, Oba, even our newer guys are pretty damn fast now. Baird putting himself up in fifth just now. 2.5 seconds behind Voss. Hadlock 6 seconds back. We're waiting on Hines, Key, and Bichon to put down times. And at some point, Bichon needs to chime in and tell me if I'm screwing up his name completely or what.
No, I believe that's correct.
Okay. Well, you know, he's always welcome to swing. He's Canadian, French Canadian, right?
Which means he's Frencher than French.
Come on. I'm like, he'd be closer than coming down from France. That being said, it is a bit of a trip. Having gone from Texas up to Canada before, that's a bit of a flight. You'd be surprised by how long that one is.
Oh, yeah, that's long.
Yep, it was.
That's a 3-day drive.
Yeah, whenever I had to go up there for my employer before, it was a good 7 or 8 hours of my day. I mean, there'd be 1 or 2 connecting flights, but yeah, it was a bit of it. But that being said, Canadian friendliness is pretty genuine. Like they are some fun folks.
So there was we're going to go on a tangent here, but there was actually a bill passed in Canada that saying the word sorry was not. They had to define that it was not an admission of guilt.
First of all, wow, that's totally like.
It's the most Canadian
yeah,
thing
like yeah, it's not unexpected at all. First, and secondly it's not sorry, it's sorry. You got to say it right, otherwise you're not getting the Canadian version correct.
Well, you go ahead and get that right
sorry,
for me.
Sorry is right up there with hoos.
And a boot.
And a boot. Exactly. I'll give you Canadian shit all day long, but we're glad to have you as neighbors.
They're like America's hat.
The thing for me was my boss up there that I was working with made some of the best beer that I've ever had in my life. And he grew his own hops through the slats in his port. Like, yeah, dude. This is Canada for you. Go figure.
You need the slats to protect it from the cold.
Yeah, no. He built his own porch and then he grew his own hops through the slats of his porch. Because Canada is just cold enough to grow the right hops. Yep. And on top of that, he made his own mead, which he had his own bees for because he wasn't getting good enough organic honey. And on top of that, he would hand carve the bee, like the boxes he would put the bees in, and give them to his neighbors. He'd be like, "Oh, would you like some bees for your yard to pollinate your plants?" "Oh, sure." He had like 9 hives he was managing in neighbors' yards.
I should do that because the Round Rock honey. Mm-hmm. What would you call a beekeeper? What would you call their facility?
What would I call them?
Yeah, there's got to be a word, right?
Is there? I mean, beekeeper is all I've ever heard.
Yeah, but I mean, their operations. It's not a dairy farm, It's
It's just a beekeeper.
Yeah, but okay, we'll call it their bee house. Their bee factory is like walking distance from my house.
Oh, okay.
Which means I should have some flurs. Anyway.
So we are under.
Suspiciously don't see updates from Oba.
Yeah, Oba's racing now. Well, not racing, practicing.
So in Oba, if you're listening, Voss is now at a 2:02.6.
Yeah, he already knows. He saw that.
Oh, he saw the 2:03.2, not the
No,
2:02.6.
he was here for the 2:02.6. I'm sure he saw that.
He walked away kicking rocks, is what I heard.
No, I think he saw it. Like, at the same time he was saying that, I was telling him about the 2:02.6. So I think he saw it. I suspect Oba knows where the gauntlet is thrown down at. Meanwhile, time has, in fact, expired in qualifying here. So we're just waiting for people to finish up laps. It looks like we have Voss, who just invalidated his lap. Spanky. Yeah. See, Oba's saying it. He saw the 2:02. I thought so.
But did you run a 2:02?
We'll see if he can. Spanky. 0.7 behind that, but not quite done. I don't think he's going to beat it. Bear, that is what he'll do. 0.9 second above, and there we go. Voss going to be sitting on the front row, along with Spanky and Bear. Jane, Baird, and Hines going to be sitting on the second row. Hines a little rougher than he had there in the first round, but again, qualifying does not necessarily reflect the race, so we shall see.
I figured out why Oba can't run the 2:02.
I couldn't tell you. Hadlock, Key, and Bichon on the third row. And what is your reasoning for why he can't?
His broken controller.
Broken controller, is that it? Oba, if you don't do it, are we going to get to hear about how tragically broken your controller is?
He might break it himself this time.
We need to, at some point, see if we can get like a bulk buy of PS4 controllers and send them to Oba.
Just to smash them.
Yeah, just so he can be like, nope, you don't get excuses. I don't care if they're cheap. They'll make at least a couple of races. It was like, you don't get any more complaints. So now we are waiting for final setup from all of our riders. And you know what we haven't done yet this evening that I've realized, Nick? We haven't talked about our awesome sponsors.
We have not.
We have not.
Sponsor for the curry rice I'm eating?
Do what?
Can I get a sponsor for the curry rice that I ordered?
No, you can't. That being said, Wood Cycle Country selling motorcycles in South Austin. Moto Orangutan also selling gear and used bikes in South Austin. Motul, the motor oil guys, making really good oil for motorcycles, just in case you want to be, disloyal to them cheaper oils. Mass Motorsports making great custom suits. A lot of the ones I've seen have been pretty amazing, these guys have put out. And South Central Race Center selling Pirelli tires, which we've got a couple of for our racers. I am still shocked by some of the prizes these guys were willing to hand us for guys.
They are such cool prizes.
They really are.
Great people. I mean, they're all the coolest thing for me is they're all vendors that we actually use.
Yeah.
Yep. Like
I personally have used. Of that list, Moto Orangutan's the one I've really used. The others I haven't yet. Maybe I will at some point. But that being said, Moto Orangutan, go there. They are great.
Now, Moto Orangutan also does mountain bike stuff.
They do.
Really so,
yeah.
Just great service, man. I mean, I drove down there literally through 2 wheels at Daniel and was like, put tires on these. I don't feel like doing it. Okay, bye. And he called me back a couple days later. He's like, come get your stuff.
Yep. And Mass, of course, our own Nick J being one of the guys that works over there.
I believe he's the U.S. rep.
Elusive Bigfoot. I don't know who this is. This is somebody we haven't had comment before, saying with a name like Spanky, You have to win. Spanky, you have a fan.
Quick. Yeah, Bigfoot, I mean, Spanky genuinely is quick. So
He really is. So we are off. Voss holding on to the front really well there. Oh, who was that? That was Bear. Ooh, just laying it over in turn one.
That's tough. That's
Too bad to see. And as I always tell people, I try to be as unbiased as possible on these streams, but I'm always a Bear fan. But he is at the back of the pack now. Hopefully he can catch up to him. Boss looking amazing, but as Bigfoot mentioned, Spanky right behind him. Well, thank you. Bigfoot saying first time here, he loves it so far. We try to keep it fun. Spanky looking absolutely great. Jane, again, one of our newbies. He's only been here a few races, but look at him here in Moto 2. I think this is really his event. In third, clinging to Spanky. Look at this attempt to pass. Could not quite make it happen there in 9. No, it wasn't 9. Oh my God, my brain is... Yeah, that was 9. Okay. Silverstone is one that I get confused about. Because there's two different configs for this track. I always get confused between them. As much as I love my British brothers.
The announcer is amazing. Don't give Chris that.
Don't give me that. I might get an even larger ego than I already have, and that thing is already too damn big.
Well, we knew he wasn't talking about me, so...
I know, because you sound like you're sitting in a toilet.
You know what? You come do this and soundproof this room for me, and then I won't.
What? I didn't need to soundproof my room. I have an even worse room. I just paid for a better mic, I'm just saying. Ooh.
You paid for a better mic.
Look at this. Baird actually looking pretty good, trying to chase down Hines. I got to give him credit for that.
Little off-road experience there. That's okay.
It definitely was. But up front, Spanky doing a hell of a job hanging on to Voss. It seems like Voss is going to find himself fighting somebody for the front of the pack at every point this evening. Spanky looking really good. You can tell he's not falling back at all through the chicanes, through turn 5. We are on the second lap. He still hasn't fallen back too terribly far. Look at how fast he checks his rear. That was a really quick check.
That really was.
That really was. But I suspect he actually saw it.
I do too. Just being able to process that information that quick really shows how good he is.
Yep. But as I've often said, I feel like Spanky is okay in Moto 2. Obviously, this evening in Moto 3, he didn't have that great a performance, but it always feels like in MotoGP is where Spanky is at his absolute best. Yeah, elusive, giving more cheering for Spanky. I suspect you knew that guy before you showed up here, sir. Or ma'am, whichever it might be.
Yeah,
I don't judge. Either way, I am going to judge for the simple fact that you're clearly somebody's fan. But that being said, Spanky is genuinely quick. We do love having him here.
Ooh, that was a really awkward corner.
That is, on this track, 13, 14, 15 is, it feels kind of like 12, 13, 14, 15 on Coda, but more clumsy. Like, it is super clumsy feeling. Because of, I think, 13 is what makes it feel really clumsy.
We haven't had Spanky racing Moto 2, have we?
Not much. I think we've only had it once or twice before.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time looking back at records and finding his previous placings.
Yeah. I don't think he's done much of it. He's probably just getting in there because he wanted to. Like, I don't remember seeing him much in Moto 3 or Moto 2. I think this has been a thing where he's just, I don't know, I think he's wanted more time with the guys.
He raced for Moto 2 once. It was round 6 at Le Mans.
Okay.
And he placed third.
Yeah. No, he's always one of our faster guys.
Yeah, he's also in third for overall standings in GP.
All right, so Bigfoot. Here's what I'll say about that. I kind of get that. We do have some guys in this league that have just started out and do find themselves at the back of the pack. So we are looking at next season, maybe. This is still in discussion. Nick can confirm this. It's still in discussion of race direction. We may separate it out the way it's separated in the real world, where Moto 3 is pretty much for people that are beginners in the league. So we may start doing that. You're welcome to practice up, but that being said, man, if you want to jump in next season just in Moto 3, feel free.
Or, hey, if you practice up, you are, of course, more than
absolutely.
welcome to,
Yeah. But that being said, if you don't feel like you're top of the game, doesn't matter. Next season, if we wind up moving Moto 3 down, where only beginners can jump in on it, bro, feel free to jump in. Because we're going to have some good guys.
We'd love to have more racers to be able to split it like that. And, and just because, you race in one doesn't mean you can't race in two. It'll be case by case, but we'll play it like that.
Yep. Well, and the other thing is, oh my God, I'm gonna sound horrible when I say this. So biased. I know one of the guys talking about wanting to get into Moto 3 was Mr. Gray. It was one of my favorite people at ASO.
He's great. I would love to have Vladimir here.
Yeah, I want to drag Vlad into Moto 3. Yeah, no, like some of the people we're wanting to put in Moto 3, man, I love them to death. So yeah, we'd love to have more beginners in that class. Maybe it'll just be where we're like, okay, we prioritize beginners in there and whatever. Yeah, it's something like that. But we'll figure it out.
Where are you at, Bigfoot? You in the States or are you abroad?
Nah, that's the other question. Where are you at?
That was an interesting little hop there.
Yes, he is definitely hopping turns. We are 2/3 of the way through this race. Lions America. Good. I don't remember seeing that name before either. Where are all these people?
No, these are two new.
Where are all these folks coming from? Oh my God!
Welcome.
People we don't know suddenly taking a look at us. You can see
Indiana. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah.
So, really cool thing about being in the U.S. is that means you would actually qualify for prizes in the league.
Right. And our league is kind of weird because most times when you play a video game, you're getting video game stuff, but I think 100% of the guys in our league actually ride bikes in real life. And that's the reason that's the reason our sponsors are literally guys that hand out motorcycle gear. Tires, oil, stuff you can wear. Dude, it is a league set up for guys that actually ride. That's also part of the reason we schedule it for the off season. That way you're not riding on street, you're not doing track. It's during the winter. Okay. Earn some gear and awesome stuff you want during actual riding season by coming out and playing with us.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely fantastic timing. Because like you said, all of us ride. I know you do some track, and it would be tough to do this during track season. So
Lions mentioning I'm more into auto racing, but saw someone streaming moto, thought I would swing by. Okay, so I'll address Lions first. Yes, it is. There is a lot of crossover between the two, especially here in Austin. I mean, like having the MotoGP track here in town with Circuit of the Americas, and then on top of that, there are so many other events that happen there. There's a lot of crossover between the communities here. Actually,
absolutely.
Yep. The going fast community in general in Austin is really, really, really good. So, yeah, if you ever get a chance to swing down to Austin, it's a great place to be if that's the kind of person you are. Being a moto head, a gear head in general is just great down here. Elusive. Indy, yeah, I get it. Indy is absolutely classic. That being said, Coda's pretty damn good as a track. Especially,
I'm just going to feel fortunate that it's in our backyard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Schwantz, having participated in designing it definitely works. It is a long drive to pull the camper, but to all of us that get to spend time out there, I will tell you this right now. It is in my top 5 favorite places on planet Earth to be. Partly because the crew out there, like when we're out there, it is such a great community, and the track itself is really, really good. Despite complaints here and there, and I have those complaints as well, it's still an amazing track.
It absolutely is. And, Bigfoot, I'll say that I pull mine to every track event, and, especially at Coda, the paddock is really nice. You can get a cool pit set up.
Yep.
And I mean, it's such a cool place, and we're so fortunate to have it all together that last year, due to everything that was going on, I didn't get to get out much. But 2 years ago, I did 6 days at Coda.
Yep, me too.
Just awesome.
At this point, folks, because we were talking too much, I missed the penultimate lap. We are on the final lap. I'll address the other comments here as soon as it's all done. And wow, Voss has stretched it out over Spanky. My God. Look at that. He is 5.5 seconds ahead. Voss was clearly running just a more gentle throttle map, and this is where you start to see why Voss winds up at the front of the league. He was going gentle most of the race. We're on board with him right now. Look at his tire wear. Look at his fuel. He's gotten it all just perfect.
He's fantastic. So
really is phenomenal.
Lions, to answer your question, no, I've never ridden at Sonoma. I've not gotten out of Texas for tracks yet, but
me neither.
We're working on it.
Yeah, I need to as well. That's the reason I have the van. I grabbed a Sprinter this year, and I'm like, okay, I got to do a lot more here in Texas, and I need to go out of state.
I just picked up a Texas-sized trailer, so that's the way to do it.
That thing is stupid.
But it's amazing once it's set up, isn't it?
It is. But that being said, with your setup, I can actually carry more bikes in the Sprinter. Strangely enough. I think I can.
I can put 5 to 6 in the back of the trailer.
Can you really? I've never seen you try to set it up for that.
I could probably do another 2
wow.
in the trailer.
Oh, no. Baird having a rough off, putting him back. And Hines moving into 4th. Baird. Baird just fell apart at the last second. Man, Baird. So Voss putting himself in first. Spanky, we'll see what happens after penalties, but I doubt he's going to have more than 2 seconds. That's going to put him in second there. Jane in 3rd. Bear holding 4th. That's a surprising amount behind, though, for Bear. That's Bigfoot commenting, Spanky lost me money. Spanky, shame on you.
Damn. So, and Bigfoot also, being a Honda engineer, that is epic, dude. I can't describe how cool that is.
Wait. I have to ask. There we go. Okay. So we'll see what we get after. That is after penalties there. So Voss in first, Spanky in second, Jane in third. That's going to be your podium. Is that Jane's first podium with us? I think it is. Yeah, I'll have to let Nick figure that one out, but I think it is. Bear in 4th, Hines in 5th, having a much better race in Moto 3 this time. Baird in 6th, Bichon in 7th, Hadlock in 8th, Key in 9th, and I don't think we have anybody in 10th this time because of Rocha stepping out after his bit of difficulty. Anyway.
I screwed up standing, so please hold.
Best Oba could do was a 2:03. All right, that was what I was about to ask, Bigfoot. I was curious. Are you on auto or moto? Because I hate to say it, I'm very critical of Honda on the moto side right now for the consumer market. They have a very fast GP bike that is absolutely horrible to handle by everybody's statements, but then you take a look at their bikes on the street and they are terribly slow, but they are very reliable and they handle fine. So yeah. But that being said, our very own Nick Guskowski does in fact at the track ride a Honda.
That is true. I ride an old as dirt CBR 600 RR. And I enjoy passing motorcycles that make 100 more horsepower than mine does.
It's true.
That's that's my hobby.
It's true. Alrighty, so have we got standings now that you've sorted out how to make that work at this point?
I am missing a couple people at the bottom. We'll have to go back and update that later.
Okay, all right.
I was too slow. But before we take a quick break here to address one more thing, Lions, saying you're more into auto racing, we are trying to work on building an auto series right now, kind of playing with some Gran Turismo at the moment. So
Forza as well, I think, was something we were looking at, but Forza is more tentative than Gran Turismo is.
Yeah, just due to equipment and things of that nature right now, trying to get a PlayStation series in place as well.
Yeah. So we are working on expanding into other racing sports. Woo! All right. Bigfoot commenting, I have a 1978 CB750 cafe bike.
Classic.
Nice. I
Absolutely
like it.
Classic. Still probably makes as much horsepower as my CBR.
I have to admit, my classic bike that I would have to have if I decided to spend money and get into something classic, I have to admit I'd want a Suzuki GT750 from the 70s. Because here's what makes that an amazing bike, like from the early 70s. It was a 3-cylinder, 2-stroke that sounds like you have to fuel it with liquefied baby souls. It sounds so angry and so
Most
evil.
2-strokes sound like that.
Yeah, no, with like 3. I had never heard a 2-stroke with 3 cylinders. Oh my god, it's so amazing. The last year of SOHC. Yes. That being said, DOHC was not a horrible technological advancement. But that being said, yes, I know the SOHCs sound very different. They really do. That is cool.
Which is funny, because realistically, the only difference is rocker arms. You could absolutely have the same cam profile for both bikes.
You could, but it winds up sounding different. It's kind of weird. That being said...
Witches.
Oh, wait, what were you saying there?
No, witches, witchcraft. Burn the witch.
Anyway, that said, we will take a brief break. We will be back here in just over 5 minutes. Thanks for watching, folks. Racers, what a hell of a race. A lot of fun to watch. We'll be back with qualifying for MotoGP here in just over 5 minutes. Stick around, folks. Alrighty, folks, we are back. It is just about time to start qualifying for our last race of the evening. How is everybody doing? I know we've had a couple of new viewers, Elusive and wait, who's the other one there?
Lions America.
Yes, Lions. We've seen them both pop up. So we've had a few new viewers pop up, and good having you here. Good having all the regulars here. Glad everybody's been watching. It is
I'd do a
time
lot better.
for
I'd be doing a lot better if Scotch ads weren't popping up in my Instagram feed.
Is it really happening to you?
No, legitimately, dude, there is a Balvenie ad right now. Like, I'm trying to be healthy, guys. I'm just trying to be healthy. Come on.
Yeah.
The Aspens.
I've been trying to avoid it recently. I was kind of like, you know what? Tonight I need to go ahead and have a little bit to drink because of the fact that my favorite, Lakewood, their Temptress, which is their stout, they had a special edition of it. I was like, you know what? I'll go ahead and let that slip this evening.
I had that at Pint House not that long ago.
Really? Pint House. For those of you who've never been to Austin, Pint House Pizza is amazing. Partly because they really do make good pizza. A bunch of organic ingredients, stuff like that. And they make their own beer on site, and it's really, really good. Like,
yeah, I mean, they've got like 80 taps at the bar.
Yeah,
it's
like
ridiculous.
if you look at a tap and it's the style of beer that you like, no, whatever they made, you're gonna like it. You're actually gonna like it. Hi, Krieger. I hear you there, buddy.
Dog, there's a path, and you still choose to go over the box.
He's a dog.
No, he's apparently my dog, taking the most difficult route.
As we are waiting for folks to finish up their qualifying laps here. Wow! Nick, we have a new guy. Another newbie popped up here. Oddball 46. Yeah. I don't know who that is. But
he likes Rothy, so he's in my book.
Mr. Ball, you are welcome here. I am glad to have new people always.
Mr. Ball.
Mr. Ball.
That straight reminds me. Did you ever watch the Robot Chicken Star Wars spoofs?
Oh yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Dr. Ball MD.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Robot Chicken.
My nerd is showing.
And no, anybody who has never watched Robot Chicken is just, they're missing out on life.
But specifically the Star Wars ones is why my nerd is showing.
Andrew, I agree with you. I wish to God they'd make it cross-platform compatible as well. I understand why it works that way, and as much as I like to criticize Milestone, anybody on here can tell you that I will criticize them night or day. But that being said, that's not their fault. You get to blame it on the console manufacturers. 100%.
I wish you would criticize them harder, actually.
I did Microsoft, Sony, and to a very lesser extent, Nintendo need to actually work together on games that have multiplayer. They need to.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm because I grew up in the early days of PC multiplayer gaming, and
we had some multiplayer games across consoles?
There are.
Wasn't Portal?
It's really hard to explain how cross-platform works, and it would bore everybody to the point that their eyes went glassy, but the bottom line is TLDR, blame the console manufacturers. It's nobody on the PC side. It's nobody on the publisher side. It is 100%. This is the funny part, because Microsoft is one of the console manufacturers. But that being said, on the PC, they didn't do this. It only happens on the Xbox, the PlayStation, and Nintendo. If you want this to be fixed, complain to all of them. Anything that's they don't have to do it with regular games, but but multiplayer games, they need to stop being jerks. That being said, Bigfoot pops up asking, what platform does this league race on? That is a complicated question as a result of what I was just complaining about. Yeah, Battle Royale are. Being a tech guy, I could explain the whole reason why they're not cross-platform. Again, it would bore you to the point that your eyes glass over. But what I would say is complain to the console manufacturers as the end result of that. That being said, what platform is this on? What you're looking at right now is the Xbox League, just because we had not enough racers. Like our PS4 League had like 2 or 3 people. One of which is Oba, who we have had commenting during this stream. And I love Oba to death. So I want Oba playing this game again, because I love seeing Oba race. That being said,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Like, you will not hear me say a bad word about Oba. I love him to death. But that being said...
Except for that controller thing.
Yeah, his broken controller. That being said, Oba's broken controller aside, it is currently on Xbox. We may have a PS4 League next year, maybe? It depends on how much interest we can get. PS4 / I guess PS5 will be in there somewhere. I don't know.
However, they're going to be structuring that coming up here soon.
Yeah, however we're going to do that. We're at a transfer between 2 console generations, so we're going to have to figure out how to make that work. That's going to be complicated.
I hope those are cross-play compatible.
They won't be. They won't be. You know it. You know as well as I do.
I can dream, can't I?
The dream went from what MLK talked about to please let cross-platform play be a thing. That being said, Nick, do you realize we currently are looking at Jane sitting top of GP?
That is the opposite of playing.
Really? I'm like, my God, you are not playing, Jane. You are 157 with Voss have a second behind you. Keys.
I just realized Voss's number plate.
I haven't even looked at it yet.
Free Rocha.
Oh, Lordy. That was last week. Or a week before. I don't remember which. It's been
He's
there.
slacking, man.
It's been there. Yeah, I would... Coming from the early days of multiplayer internet gaming, I would love if all games were cross-platform. TLDR, if you've never done software development, it sort of makes sense why they're not, but at the same time, it's because each console manufacturer does their best to delay something that's dominant on another platform getting through the approval process anytime they push an update. That's literally what does it.
I was going to say it's the update process, isn't it?
Yeah. It is 100% the update process, and each platform is out of sync for doing it. If you do cross-platform, you cannot push an update until every single platform has approved your update. And
kind of sounds like a simple solution there, though.
But this is the reason that, like, coming from a PC background, I'm like, this is all garbage. Because we didn't care. Like, we were just like, I don't care, push the update. And everybody's like, cool, here comes the update. So it's kind of like, yeah, there needs to be a better way of doing it. And there is no economic incentive for individual platforms to help get it through faster.
There's actually incentive for them to block it.
Exactly. That is the problem. That being said, if we as consumers could figure out a way to fix that problem, by God, I'd love to see it. Anyway, look at the front of our pack. Spanky. Having a little bit of a rough time in the earlier races. Bigfoot, you don't get to complain anymore. Look at Spanky in qualifying here, a 157.1. Mac, good to see you here, Mac. Pushing only a third of a second behind that. Two-plane Jane, only 2/3 of a second behind it.
Spanking Medusa.
Yeah, and Boss, almost a second behind. This is what you find. Like, God, our GP guys are stupidly fast. They really are. This is why I'm saying, if we want to make Moto 3 the beginner league, that's cool with me because, oh my God, the high end has some fast dudes in it. And they're slower in the lower leagues. Yeah, and they're slower in the lower leagues in a lot of cases. But you put them in this league, oh man, Bear having it off there. But still, sitting in 5th, 2.5 seconds behind Voss. Yeah, Spanky, you're trying to put GOAT there. He's going to have to take a couple seasons before I'm going to start calling him the GOAT. He's going to have to take at least a couple. That being said, Spanky is genuinely fast. I love seeing him in our games.
So, for those of you that don't know Voss in real life, I think he currently has a picture of a goat as his profile picture. That's why I say that.
We give Voss shit, but both of us have been around Voss. He's actually a pretty cool guy. I like him.
Oh, he's a good guy.
He really
Except
is.
he rides that Ducati.
What? I ride a Ducati too.
This is where the joke was headed. Thank you for beating me to the punchline.
No, to be honest, he does have a sexy Ducati. You don't get to criticize what he's got.
Oh, it's really cool, and so obviously his online name is Medusa.
Yeah,
and
what
he
is
has an airbrushed Medusa on the tank.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal.
Yeah, that and the 1098 really is a good looking bike. I can't
I think it's
criticize.
1198.
1198, excuse me. But that being said, yeah, it's a great looking bike.
It goes about 3 feet before it breaks, but it's a good looking bike.
It ain't slow with him on it either.
Yes, dry clutch sounds intensify.
Yes.
Clack, 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 clack.
Oh, you love hearing a tambourine next to your motor just as much as I do. James.
I think dry clutches are a little novelty.
I
said it.
saw that about to happen. Jane putting himself ahead of Hines. I would say this about dry clutches. I think they only matter if you are fast enough for them to matter. Because the bottom line is, physics alone says, yes, a dry clutch is going to hook up in the end better than a wet clutch will, which is going to result in better power. Ultimately.
Yep. But at the end of the day, our bikes don't make 300. Wow!
Well, it's not a matter of the... Yeah, that was a
Wow!
bit off. Hadlock being sure to be out of the way as he jumps into the pits. He wanted to make some changes there, clearly. And I can understand why. We are about a minute and a half from the end of qualifying, so...
Come on, Hadlock. Come on, Baird. You need laps.
Yep, come on, guys. Put some laps down.
Anything.
Yep.
Show me what you got.
Spanky currently, look at this, holding the top of qualifying, and on top of that... Oh, I tried to pop over to see him do it. He was running top of the pack there. He's at 156.5, putting him just under 0.2 seconds ahead of Mac. Who Mac always stupidly fast, but look at this Jane. Again, one of our newbies sitting ahead of Hines and Voss in qualifying.
I mean, it's Spanky and Two Plane are really impressing me right now.
I know, right? Well, Spanky, I'm not surprised by. Jane, I had not seen a qualifying as high as this from Jane yet. So I'm actually a little more impressed by Jane. It's like the time in the league, Jane has actually genuinely gotten faster really quick. And
Well, I sure hope he didn't get slower.
Yep, and Oddball here, first time out, under 5 seconds behind the front of our pack. I'm like, okay, if this is your first showing in the GP class, I'm not going to complain. That's not a bad showing straight out of the gate.
Yeah, I'm not sure who Oddball is, but He's moving.
No, yeah. No, deciding to step back into the pits there. So, left on the track at this point, I think we have Boss, Hadlock, and Rocha. Hopefully Rocha can get that time down. Come on, bro. Make it happen. And Hines out there as well. Key having it off. But I think he'd already disqualified his lap. So we'll see what we have left here. Ooh, Hines and Voss. Oh, these two always fighting at it. Let's take a look at Voss. Nah. Bigfoot saying, you guys got me in the mood, so I'm firing up the Series X and getting in a few laps tonight. Go for it. I am...
Practice makes perfect, man.
Yep. I am waiting until we actually can move over to the Series X. We're really depending on more of the racers being there. It would divide the platform to jump over to it immediately. But, can't wait till we can. Boss here, what do we got? Woo! Everybody having finished up at this point. Spanky! Finishing top the board. What a qualifying for Spanky. Look at that. Max sitting in second, but not by much. Jane in third, not by much either. Moss in fourth, not by much either. And look at Hines. He's been out for over a month. And that fifth really isn't bad. Bear sitting in sixth, 3 seconds back. That's going to put him on that second row. Oddball first race, and he's already on the third row in front of Rocha and Bichon. Key sitting on the fourth row with Baird and Hadlock. Hadlock, I know we've had better races out of him. Come on, bro. I know you got more in you. Let's see what we got out of you. All these guys.
He's just sandbagging. He'll get there.
That's what it is. No, all these guys, all of them, I've seen them be faster than this. Let's see what they got as we get ready to start our final race of the evening. We'll be waiting our 2 minutes for everybody to do their final setup. Ooh, let's see how this works out. Meanwhile, let's talk about sponsors for our race. And again, as I've said, we have a bunch of dudes that actually ride tracks. So the sponsors, we got our actual racing stuff for guys that actually ride motorcycles. South Central Race Center here in Austin, throwing up some Pirelli tires for some of our faster guys. Woods Cycle Country, by God, they have motorcycles. I forgot exactly what they offered us. You remember what their sponsor stuff was, Nick?
What their prices were?
Yeah, what did they have for us?
A helmet, a riding jacket, and a pair of gloves.
There you go. Wow. That's actually really nice. Motorangutang selling gear, used motorcycles, and mountain bikes. Pretty cool. Motul, the oil guys. Exactly the oil guys you're thinking about. They have some awesome swag that was supposed to go to the actual GP guys this year, but they let us have it for our league. Holy crap, that's cool. And I think that's...
It is... It's my favorite. It might not be the biggest monetary prize, but that's my favorite prize.
Yeah, it's cool. It's supposed to go to the real dudes, and it goes to our dudes. And I think Rocha got that for us, so thanks to Rocha for that.
He did.
Yeah. And Mass Motorsports offering, I believe it was custom gloves to whoever wins this season. Coming to us courtesy of Mr. Nick J, one of our racers in Moto3. It was cool that he managed to get that for us. So, yeah, we got some badass prizes for dudes that ride.
We really do.
I really do. Like, I'm kind of jealous, to be honest. Of almost all of it. I'm really jealous. But it's very cool.
Good prizes.
They really are.
I could use those Pirelli slicks.
I know, right? Well, I'm so slow I couldn't. That's my whole reasoning. I'm slow and I suck. So no,
well, I run Pirelli slicks, so
fair enough. If I got that fast, I'd love to have it. But that being said, by God, it is time to start the last race of our evening. This will be the GP Classes Silverstone on the Xbox. Y'all ready for it?
Bigfoot's ready for it. He's got money on Spanky.
And off we go. having a great start. Ooh, look at the sorting happening here. Mac doing a great job trying to catch Spanky, but Spanky having actually a really good start here.
You made a Zoidberg noise in turn 1. I just want to point that out.
Oh my god. Oh, for some reason, Max sound not working right. Hang on just a second. I will get that working again.
Oh, it's always broken.
I know. Well, this is part of the annoyance of trying to
Part of the update.
There we go. Yeah, this is part of adding in new races. I have trouble hearing how loud they are.
It is what it is.
You can see her up front, McArgo trying desperately to chase down Spanky. Spanky looking absolutely phenomenal at this track. These two always a couple of our top qualifiers, along with Dickinson, who can't be here tonight, and we are supremely disappointed to not have some South African representation, because frankly, Dickinson is fast. Really fast.
But
really
what's surprising here for me is McCargo usually runs away with GP races. I mean,
oh my God,
dominating
Mac
our GP class.
Just lost control. Really? Oh my God.
Commentator's curse. If I've ever controller lost connect, or did he just throw his controller? Which one happened?
Don't know what just happened there. That is really disappointing, and that puts Hines into second.
Let me tab over and see if I can hear what happened for race direction.
Sure, I will listen to that. I will let you cover that for me. And that puts Hines. Oh, Oddball having an off as well. That'll let you see placings there. Spanky with Hines just under 3 seconds behind him. Jane hanging on to Hines, not letting him get away. Key 3.5 seconds back. Rocha doing a great job hanging in there at 5th. Hopefully he can hang on to that. But Sean having a good moment as well. And Mac trying to chase Michonne down. Ooh, managing to slip past him. The charge for first from Mac might be kind of fun to watch.
We don't know what happened there, is what it's coming down to.
Okay.
Just crash, I guess.
Yeah, it's control. I mean, you were showing a controller lost connection. What were you doing, bro? That being said, Mac currently trying to chase down Rocha, of all people. He managed to slip past Michonne.
Dang, Rocha.
All right, Rocha, hang in there. Hadlock, unfortunately, having an off. That's going to put him a bit further back in the pack. I remember Jane and Hadlock joined at the same time. Hadlock has done a great job adjusting to the league. Look at him hanging on to 3rd there, and that is a solid hanging on to it.
Really is. I mean, 3rd in this league is respectable. I mean, really respectable.
Very respectable. I am not going to criticize that.
Let me tell you what I couldn't do. Place anywhere.
Yeah! No, I'm right there with you. I'm like, nope, I'm not going to be able to do this. Like, maybe you give me enough time in Moto 2, I might be able to do it. Nah, these GP guys, this is brutal.
I have a faster lap in real life around Coda than I do in this game.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's saying something.
Yeah, no. Like, any class, it doesn't matter. I can't keep up with my lap in real life.
Man, Rocha way out
wow, in the lead. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, wow! Look at that! Mac just hurling it.
Oh, no!
Yeah, dude. So Mac finding himself thrown way out of 5 there. Wow!
That bike!
Wow! So Rocha sitting in 4th, and Jane doing his absolute best. Doing his absolute best to chase down Hines.
I mean, that you can't even penalize a race. I watched that thing slide from all the way off the track back on.
Oh, that was brutal. So,
oh my god.
Yep, now on board with Jane trying to chase down Hines. Hines holding a solid line here. Look at this, just touching the apexes really well. I'm just claiming he's been out for a while, but I suspect there's been some practice in the meantime.
Are you calling him a cheater? 'Cause I am.
I'm not calling cheats, but I am calling he lied a little bit there.
I'm calling wall hacks.
Clearly.
Aimbot.
Clearly that's what's going on there.
Yep. What else would be going on?
Yep, but Spanky, to the celebration of Bigfoot, continuing to hang on to that front spot and putting putting 5 seconds on Hines.
Now, as much as crap as we give Hines, it's hard to put 5 seconds on Hines.
It really is. Even if he's been off a couple of months. Damn, Spanky.
It's even harder to put almost 20 seconds on Ricardo.
It would really. Like, Mac, that was... I think that's the first, like, major mistake we've seen out of Mac this entire season.
Now, so the low side was obviously his fault, some one way or another.
Yeah.
But that bike incident, wow, that's one for the highlight reel.
Yes, sir. Hines here with his free Rocha. How many free Roaches do we have on the track right now?
A lot, I think. Rocha very often needs to be freed. That's kind of a reoccurring theme with him.
Oh, is that it, Bigfoot? Bigfoot claiming it's because Spanky has a fan on tonight.
Well, Bigfoot, I will, do the little sell of he races with us almost every Monday night, starting at 7:30 Central Standard Time.
That he does.
So...
That he does. And you've heard me say it many a time. I'm always happy to see Spanky on the track because he is genuinely quick.
He's also really cool with the fact that we continue to butcher his name.
I know it's Spank You, but I just love to call him Spanky.
Man, it spells Spanky. It still spells Spanky You instead of Spank You.
Spank You. Yeah, I get it. Oh, Rocha. Rocha, why did you have to Rocha? Rocha finding himself back in 10th at this point.
Oh, that was a rough wreck. Wow.
And Key having an off as well, putting himself in 11th behind Rocha. Bear putting himself... Oh, we'll see where it winds up. I know, right? Who is his favorite little rascal? Thanks, Bigfoot.
I'm missing that reference.
Spanky was one of the little rascals. You'll have to go look him up on Wikipedia. You're too young to get it.
Okay, then.
It gives me a hint for how old Bigfoot is. You're close to... You have to be close to as old as me to get that one. That's
a 94 film. That's not that old.
No, it's not. You got to go back to the 50s to get the original. Like, it's literally 50s.
Well, Google is lying to me then.
Yeah, it is kind of. I mean, there was an attempt at rebooting it in the 90s. Ignore that. It was trash.
94 apparently, and that's all it will pull up.
Yeah, ignore that. It's trash. Meanwhile, we are looking at a race here that is happening in 2021, and Hines fighting with Jane. Oh, lordy, look at this. So I remember where I have that on my... Yep, there we are. Jane.
You know what I'm going to do?
What's that?
I'm going to go ahead, and you ready for this? I am typing Spanky into our spreadsheet right now.
Oh, lordy. Spanky having one hell of a good race. Doing a really good job now. 7 seconds ahead of Hines. Spanky would have to just completely lose it at this point to not dominate this field.
Possible. So
yeah. What a great race Spanky is having. No, actually, I'm not trying to put the curse on him. Spanky doing a hell of a night. Doing really great.
I'm already tempting fate simply by writing his name.
No, he's having a great race. That being said, Hines, after months off, not looking bad at all here in GP.
Did you put that months off in air quotes?
No, it's been at least like a month and a half, maybe 2 months he's been off.
Air quotes, okay.
Don't air quote that. That was it was a real break. Ooh, look at Jade trying to slip under him. Can't do it through 7. On the penultimate lap. Last race, I was too busy looking at other things. But that being said, I saw it on this one.
Quit looking at nudie mags while trying to do the stream, Chris.
I'm sorry, midget porn draws my eyes. Half the size, twice the looks. And we are looking at, look at this. Jane is actually doing a great job of chasing up Hines. Hines is experienced at this. And it's been clear all night that Hines remembered this track really well. But that's not enough. Jane actually looking phenomenal. Like, really good during this race.
Seriously?
No, I have no criticisms for Jane during this one.
I mean, not quite spanky impressive, but darn close.
Oh, yeah.
Looking to go up the inside, not quite going to make it.
Not going to happen, no. But good God, he's getting close. He's got one more lap to make it happen. I'm not going to lie. Hines shouldn't feel bad if Jane manages to pass him. This is a guy that all night has looked really good. Like a little time in our league, and this guy has started to get really fast. I would not be surprised if he can get it. I wouldn't be disappointed either. Even if I was Hines, I'd be like, okay, we're starting to attract some fast dudes.
These racers really push each other. It's
They
so cool
do.
to see.
The rest of the field, Bear just about to catch up to Rocha, but I don't know if he's going to manage to do it. We'll see. The best he's going to manage to do is Rocha on this lap, though, because the next gap is too high. Key having an off, unfortunately, but look at this. Oh, my God! Hines swinging wide! Coming into 8, and there it is. Jane with a great pass coming into 9. That was wonderful.
Stick. Yeah, I think it's going to stick.
No, it's going to stick. That was a hell of a pass. Great pass on Jane's part. We might see, I think this is the first time we'll see Jane take a second in GP. There ain't going to be a first unless Spanky completely falls apart, but I sincerely doubt that'll happen. Definitely doubt that. Only 3 quarters to go. Hines very, very wide in 15. And like, even if he catches
checking over his shoulder there.
Yep, even if he catches up, Hines won't make a difference at this point just because of penalties. Spanky taking an easy win in that one. Wonderful race by Spanky 69.
Wow, that is a performance.
Jane, yeah, almost 10 seconds to Jane. Jane and Hines having a hell of a great fight. Mac about 6 seconds off of them. Voss finds himself almost 20 seconds off of the front running pack. Voss, what happened, bro?
He's drunk.
He must be. That's a surprise. Spanky, great evening in GP here at Silverstone. Wow, what a race. What a race from Spanky. Jane, though, I think this may be Jane's 3rd race with us. Correct me if I'm mistaken, Nick.
I am currently doing data input. Please hold.
Yeah. Oh. So we've got Spanky, Jane, and Hines on the podium. Great race from Hines being out so long. Mac I'm actually a little surprised to see Mac back in fourth. I'm even more surprised to see Voss in fifth. Key having a great race in sixth. Rocha, despite some early mistakes, pushing himself in the seventh. That's actually not too bad. Bear finding himself in eighth. Come on, bro. I know you got more than that. Oddball, first race with us, puts himself in ninth. That's actually not bad with what you're up against, bro. Oh, did it? Did it? Okay, that's what that was. The off by Marcus was batteries dying in controller. Might want to look wired.
Do you think that's like Oba's controller's broken?
Maybe it is. Hey, right, so we got Bashan. It's been a while since Bashan was there. He was in 10th. Hadlock. Yep.
Wow. So in our standings, Cargo still is dominating by 89 points. Huge. But Voss is at 200 points, and that win put Spanky into third with 195 points.
Spanky dominated that one. I did he's always been fast, but dude, he dominated that one.
Like crazy dominated.
Yeah. I suspect he likes that track. He was brutal there.
No, that was absolutely fantastic. I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm. What else do we got here?
Oh, in fourth we have Mr. Hines. In fifth, Hades, who did not grace us with his presence tonight. How dare he go to work?
Oh.
Bear in sixth, Stormy in seventh, Bishan in eighth, Rocha in ninth, and Sam Crow in 10th.
Wow, no, I'm actually impressed by the fact that in the top 10, Key and Rocha are managing to hang on. Those guys are doing great. They really are. You got to hang in there. You got to keep at it. So, wow, I'm excited about it. We are, God, it was round 14 of 20 at this point. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Wow. So we have 6 more rounds to go, folks. I am really looking forward to it because it's just getting better and better watching it happen. Some of these guys, though, some of these dudes were out in late season. I can't wait to see some of the guys that jumped in late season next season.
So great. And the only thing that disappoints me with this season so far is the position 1, our leaders are taken off.
Oh,
I mean, they're not going to be touched in this, but the rest of the field is close in every race.
Oh, Bigfoot saying, I'll be back next week. Yes.
Please do, sir.
Come back, tell your friends. We do our absolute best to make this happen. We have actually been loving doing this league. It's been really fun. We are working on making it better every day. As a matter of fact, you can ask Race Direction. I am the main tech monkey as well. I have built machines that will be sent out to the guys that are doing our casting. Hopefully. God, I hope they work.
Couch? What?
Yeah, we're working on it. We'll have it. We'll have all of it. So yes, please be back. Please tell your friends. We're having a lot of fun doing it. We hope you're having fun watching it. We're going to finish up the entire season, and when we get done, it will not start again until it is the off season for GP. How long have we been on Twitch? With the league?
About a year.
Yeah, about a year. Now, I personally have been on Twitch for probably 3 or 4 years about that. But that being said, the league, about a year. Fuck off. I'm going to let that be the F-bomb at the end of the season. Dickinson, who won GP? Spanky. Spanky had a great night. Bigfoot, you're mentioning you have a voice for announcing. Actually, here's the crazy part. I first realized I had a good announcing voice in 2003, I think. I've been doing internet radio on and off for a long time.
You're old.
I really am. See, this is part of the reason I love this league. Here's Dickinson saying, good lad. Dickinson, if you see him on stream, he is Hades. And he is right. Spanky is genuinely fast. Like,
Craig, you're supposed to get mad and Lorenzo at him.
yeah, you got Lorenzo all over the guy. Let's throw water, vinegar, and salt. That's what you got to throw all over him. That being said, everybody that sees it popping up, Dickinson is actually one of our faster guys, and we love having him here. We're disappointed we don't see bananas being thrown on stream. Because the
banana.
The banana. Yes, absolutely. So next week, and are my levels, so I don't have to be salty to him. He really is good, dude. Like, yeah. And he not my... really? Don't...
So, Craig, it's funny you say that, because Spanky has 195 points and you have 138.
Ooh.
The drama. The drama.
Come on, Craig. You gotta beat Spanky by a lot for the next few weeks.
He's spanking you, bro.
Some other people gotta beat you. I'm looking at... I know you did mess... Dude, that's part of the reason I love you. You missed half the season, and we're still sitting you looking like the top 5. I know.
Well, whose fault is that?
Yeah, I'm going to blame you, because you're going to work instead of racing tonight.
It ain't my fault.
That's all on you, South Africa. Why you got to be failing us?
Because the times are screwed up.
That being said, come on, we need you back next week, man. Oh, I love seeing it. I love seeing you there. I love when we have like 5 or 6 dudes. I know, right? What's up with that?
Since the world's flat, this shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, no. Like, if there's one thing I love, it's when we have those top 5 or 6 dudes all within like a second of each other. I love that fight. I love watching that fight. So hopefully we'll see you back next week, man. Like, I want to see more of that. That makes me happy when I watch that. That and your bananas always make me laugh. That being said,
caught me all a little off guard there. Ooh.
That being said, I hope you will too. And Craig, bro, I always love seeing you there racing. It makes me happy. Feel it? Yes, do it. Oh man, yeah. No, I've had a lot of friends from South Africa. Y'all are all cool bros. That being said.
Just for you, and this is the last nonsense thing I'll say. I started the race with the strawberry banana body armor just for you, sir.
Oh man. And that being said, we will be back next week. Same time, same locations. Make sure to bookmark wherever you're looking at it. Bookmark the channel. Don't like the stream itself. You can ignore it. Just get the channel. We'll get it better.
Are you saying our viewers don't know how to use the internet?
No, I'm not trying to say that, but I am.
How dare you, sir?
I am trying to make sure they find us again because I like.
That's not a banana.
That is an eggplant.
that is an eggplant.
But there are wins.
Do they teach you what's a banana and what's an eggplant in South Africa?
It's a question. We have wins here in Texas helping us sort those two out.
It's on my bike now.
I got news for you. The race direction shirts need to be designed by John Wynn. I'm just
by Ramen Noodle Racing.
Yes, I love Ramen Noodle Racing. I love our Vietnamese bros. Hopefully, eventually, we'll get him here on stream. We need to. We need Lee and John. I want Lee and John.
That's really dangerous.
I don't care. I want it because I love those guys. They're my favorite fucking people. All right, there's my F-bomb. I dropped my F-bomb.
On a banner on the bottom of the stream. This is R-rated.
All right. So that being said, next week, anybody that is dumb enough to still be watching at this point and listening, Miss Sano on the Xbox. Y'all need to be here for it next week. Same time, same channel, wherever you saw it. come back and see it. Everybody that has been watching it that hasn't before, thank you for watching it. I hope you've had fun. And you need to see us Monday of next week, starting at 7:30 Central Standard Time here in the U.S. Yes, thank you, absolutely, viewers. We love having you here. Thank you, racers. We love having you here as well. We're gonna give you shit, but at the same time, we're gonna give you hugs. We love it all. We give you shit and hugs at the same time. This is how this league works.
They're shitty hugs.
They're shitty hugs. All right, guys. We will catch you next week. Thanks for watching. We will see you then.